This is me when I first started training. No clue what I'm doing, wearing one of the first Gymshark stringers, thinking I look like David Lade. Fast forward to now, and I've learned a thing or two. A streamlined approach to my training and building my physique.
The problem I had when I first started training, and I'm sure all of you watching this feel the same, is there are hundreds, thousands, millions of different workout plans and different approaches, dudes on the internet telling you how to train, that it is completely confusing. But remember this, the fitness industry is full of guys on steroids, typically giving advice for guys that works for guys that are on steroids. And they don't have your best interest in place. Trying to sell supplements, clothing, whatever. And they have the typical bodybuilding approach, 6 to 7 days in the gym. In this video, I will share my approach with you guys, how I train. So I'm going to show you my full week of training and break down why I approach it this way. 3 sessions in the gym and 1 sprint session. Let's get into it. So the gym sessions are split up, upper, lower, upper. And then we sprinkle in a sprint session in between. So workout A, which is an upper session, start with the weighted dip. I go as heavy as I can. I'm doing reverse pyramid training. So what that means is I warm up obviously, and then I go as heavy as I can in the 4 to 6 rep range. Here I'm doing a 35 kilo weighted dip for 5 reps. Then I take my rest, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then I go again, 25 kilos. And this time the weight drops, so it's lighter, so that means the reps will increase. And I did this for 1 set of 7 reps, and then I do 1 with my own body weight. Reverse pyramid style of training, I'm really focusing in my sessions on getting stronger. One thing I want to share with you, which I think is so important, is don't try and become a jack of all trades. Doing so many different things. What's the new trend? What's the new influencer telling you to do? What's the new bodybuilder telling you what to do? Focus on the basics. And even when you're focusing on the basics, get even more narrow. If you want to get stronger, focus on 1 to 2 lifts for that season of trying to get stronger on it. So for example, for me at the moment, it's weighted dips. That is my main thing that I want to get. I want to get a 60 kilo weighted dip. At the moment, I'm estimating I can do about 45 kilos for maybe 1 or 2 reps. The issue that people have is they're trying to get stronger on everything, and then it waters down your training. It waters down your strength. So I kind of like have my star players, my lifts that I'm really trying to get better at. Weighted dips, weighted pull-ups. Don't pick 2 lifts that are like both like pressing movements. So for me, I'm trying to get stronger on my weighted dip. So the overhead press kind of takes a back foot. That doesn't mean that I'm not doing it, but I'm not really striving for PBs on it like I am with a weighted dip. What this singular narrow focus does is it gets you stronger. You really focus on this one area and you will get stronger on it. So don't water yourself down. And remember, the tricep dip is the upper body squat. So get it in your training program. You'll see that I use a training log. The main thing is track your workouts, whether you're doing it on an app, on your phone, in a notebook. Track what you're doing so you can actually make sure you're getting stronger each week. Pull-ups for me are always going to be a staple. It creates the V taper. It's going to create that wide back. So get good at weighted pull-ups. Again, reverse pyramid approach. I'm getting stronger, starting with 4 to 6 reps with 25 kilos. I got 4 reps on that. Then I drop down to 20 kilos and then down to body weight. So I'm not doing tons of sets either, guys, okay? I'm getting stronger. I'm doing a really good quality set, really pushing myself pretty much to failure. And then 2 back off sets, and that's it. Another problem with the watering down, people also overtrain. So don't do that. You're going to destroy your nervous system and you just won't get stronger. It will literally, you'll hit plateaus. Here we're doing the seated overhead press. I really like the seated approach. It gets a little bit of the upper chest as well as the front delts. This is going to build the superhero look, those capped delts, which everybody wants. I'm working with 55 kilos on my first set, and I'm doing the same approach once again. Top set, really pushing myself, you can see, till complete failure, 5 reps, then I drop the weight, And as we drop the weight, we increase the reps. That is going to be the common theme. Also, I make little notes in my training log. For example, I wrote like massive fatigue. So I really pushed myself on the dips, and that was felt on the overhead press. My pressing power was gone. My triceps were just completely fatigued and milked. We have a row. I like the dumbbell single arm row or barbell bent over row. Classics. This will build thickness to the back. I did 2 sets of 8 reps. That's it. Because why? That's not my main priority. My main priority is the pull-ups. Like I said, you can't go crazy on every single exercise. So 2 sets, really good quality reps, done. Then I have the side lateral raises. That's going to build the medial delts. That should be in every single person's training plan. Super easy. I do mine with dumbbells. You can also do them with a cable. When doing these, I go higher reps, 2 sets of 10, and then I did 2 sets of 12. At the moment, I'm trying to build my biceps, build my arms. So I put in an easy curl, quite a heavy curl I started off with, and did 2 sets super heavy in that 6 to 8 rep range. And then I dropped it down and did a set of 15 reps. Break down the muscle, then I put blood into it. Finish up my session, I did cable crunches. Doing a weighted ab exercise will build those blocky abs. So when you do get leaner and reveal your midsection, your core, you want to have actually built the abs. Abs are revealed in the kitchen, but built in the gym. So make sure you're actually training your core, taking it somewhat seriously. I do put them at the end of my sessions, and I'll typically do like a cable crunch twice a week. But go heavy. You can go heavy on a cable crunch, and it will build that blocky ab. So that's session 1. As you can see, I'm not doing a crazy amount of volume. I'm really focusing on getting stronger on the key lifts, and specifically for me at the moment is the weighted dip. So you'll be watching this and taking notes. Remember, everybody's training program should be built around them. So take the ideology rather than every single exercise selection. For me, like I said, my triceps are really getting hit with all the pressing movements. The biceps are getting hit with the pulling, and I do a bit more of a bicep focus in my next workout. But my main point, get strong. Focus on getting strong and training hard in the gym. Don't water yourself down. Then session 2 of the week, I take a rest day on Tuesday. And my rest days, I'm just getting lots of walking in. And then Wednesday is a sprint session. So I'm sprinting on the hills. I have a whole video on this. But I'm looking at 6 to 8 sprints, max effort. People were asking in the comments on the previous sprint video, are you doing this for 30 seconds, a sprint? No, you want to be on like that 8 to 10 range, 8 to 12 seconds, max effort. Flat out sprint once you're warmed up. And this is just so good for your hormones. It's going to get you shredded. It's a full body compound. So yes, I have hill sprints in my training, training approach every single week. I sprint the hill, and it's amazing for my physique. Took me to that next level. Add them in, super easy. 6 to 8 sprints, done. My next upper body session was on Thursday. So I trained on Monday, and then I've allowed my body to rest and recover. And I came in with overhead press as my first exercise. Again, always start with a solid compound movement, guys. I was working in a really low rep range of 3 reps. I would have liked to get 4, but I was so fatigued. To be honest with you guys, so many of you guys had been booking in calls from the previous videos that day I didn't even really properly eat. I didn't train when I normally train. I have been a little bit all over the place, so I could feel that in my training. And that is awesome that you guys have been booking calls. But that also, I just want to make a point of that, because if you're not recovering, if you're not fueling yourself correctly, if your nervous system is not like recovered, you will feel it in the training. You will feel that in the gym. Point being, overhead press, reverse pyramid training once again. Get stronger. I actually only did 2 sets because I could feel that my nervous system was burnt out and I just couldn't move the weight, so I just walked away. Heavy chin-ups. This is awesome for the biceps. I managed to do 35 kilos for 5 reps, which I was pretty proud of. Then I dropped the weight, same again. You guys get the drill at this point. I'm not overcomplicating my training, just trying to get stronger on a bang for your buck exercise like the weighted chin-up. It's gonna blow up the biceps, forearms, and your back. Again, get it in your training plan. People neglect the back. People neglect the pull-up. Get it in there. Again, like I said, this is a real week of training. I was massively fatigued. Normally I would do incline press here, but I couldn't. Triceps, everything just was so fatigued. And my point being is, I was just going to do it for the video, but it's the no BS approach. This is a real channel. So as a natural lifter, especially sometimes life gets in the way and you will be fatigued. Listen to your body. Always push yourself, but at the same time, when you've been training for a while, especially, you understand when you're fatigued and it's better off to back away. So I did side lateral raises because that's a staple. That's not going to destroy my nervous system. I did a chest fly, got some blood into the chest, felt great. Like I said, I would normally do an incline press, but I still wanted to do something for the chest here. So I just got on the cables and just destroyed my chest that way. And then I finished with face pulls. Face pulls are a great exercise. They build the back of your delt, your rear delt, which really creates that 3D look. People neglect them. It's also really good for your posture. So get face pulls in your program. It's super easy to do, and it will really be that little finishing product for the delt, for the full look to the delt, and it's great for your posture. So my final session of the week was legs. My approach when it comes to building the legs is, when I first started training, I had pencil legs. So I was training my legs with higher volume. I was training them twice a week. At times I was experimenting with 3 times. I wouldn't recommend that now, but personally, I think people can overdo the legs. I'll show some examples on the screen where someone's physique is just completely blown out by really overdeveloped legs. I don't like that look. And even with the leg training that I have now, and I don't have crazy big legs, I can't wear, like when I'm doing the modeling, the trousers don't fit me. If they want to fit my waist, they're too tight for my legs. And if they want to fit my legs, then they're they're so loose for the waist. So this is not a cop-out to not train your legs. Still train your legs. It's an amazing, you don't want to have chicken legs, and you also high testosterone when you train your legs, and you want to have strength in the legs. That being said, don't overtrain the legs. Sometimes I'll do some box jumps, things like that. Like I said, I love the sprints. And then my leg session at the gym, starting off with split squats. The filming in the gym is a little bit dark and terrible, by the way. But split squat with the barbell, really awesome exercise. Isolates each leg. Then leg extensions. I love leg extensions. It just targets the quads. You can go quite heavy, and then I drop the weight. Kind of that similar reverse pyramid, which is, I've said that so many times now. Stiff leg, deadlift with the dumbbells. That's going to build your hamstrings, your glutes. Kettlebell swings. This is less of a building exercise, a bit more of a conditioning. And I just find when I do kettlebell swings, I'm more like versatile. I'm more durable, get less injuries, feels good. I don't really know why. I've seen videos on it, people talking the what the hell effect of kettlebells, where it just doesn't make sense, but I just love doing them, so I put them in my training. Builds that posterior chain, and just a solid physique, solid, strong body. Then my core training, I do hanging leg raises, hanging knee raises really. Builds the lower abs. Again, train your core, guys, train your abs. And then of course, the trusty cable crunch. That is going to build the popping abs. So that's my approach to training. I keep it super simple, super minimal. I'm only in the gym 3 times a week. And then I do my sprint sessions. And in between that, I am walking, okay? 10, 12K steps every single day. And it will keep you lean. One thing to watch out with your training is overtraining and watering yourself down. Take that away from this video and pick a few select lifts to really get strong at one at a time. So weighted dip and a pull-up. And then maybe in a couple months, I'm going to really start to focus on my overhead press, on my incline press. So I like that approach to actually really get good at an exercise. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's a lot of training footage throughout the week. And like I said, it was a real week of training. So yes, I did get a little bit fatigued. You guys have been booking so many calls. The link is in the description. If you're serious about one-to-one coaching, book a call. That's me. That's my approach. There's nothing else to say. This is a simple way, a real way as a natural lifter to build muscle, no BS, build that great lean and aesthetic physique. Thank you for watching.